Hi everybody, it's Lindy's Shadow talking to you. I'm making this video because Shelley from Shelley and the Band is fascinated with people's houses, as am I, and where people live. I'm fascinated with where people live, how people live, what they eat. People really interest me and I love to see how they live. And so I told Shelley that I would make a video just for her, but it's also for the rest of you who are curious, sticky beaks. Busybodies. No, that's not what we are. We're just interested in other humans. So I'm making a video of where I live. So that's my shadow. I'll step back a bit. So I'm starting this. This is an old shipping container, which is our shed. And you'll see on top the solar panels. We're not connected to the grid here, even though we're very close to town. It was going to cost us $44,000 just to get electricity connected, and so we decided to go off-grid and have solar power, which is a pain in the bum, but we don't have electricity bills. The only thing we do have to pay for is petrol for the generator, because when there's no sun you have to have the generator to charge the batteries. That's our generator, that's our shed. So that's the shed and that's the house, so you can see that it's right near the house. This piece of land just here, I actually have a permit to build a house. I have a house designed by an architect. It's beautiful, but when I left my boring full-time job last year, a year ago now, I couldn't afford to do it anymore. So when I get another full-time job and I can borrow the money to do it, I'm going to build my beautiful dream home here. It's very small and it's very, uses a lot of solar passive design and things like that. And it's gorgeous, got concrete floors. So imagine a beautiful house there, and then the back of it will just look out into that bush that you can see. All this land that you can see around is our land. We have 13 acres. I don't know what that is I don't know what other countries use for their measurements, but that's ours. This bit over here, it's a bit hard to see if the sun's right on it. This is an old gold, where I live is an old gold mining area. There was a gold rush here. It's a town called Castlemaine, I think in the 1850s. So at the time there would have been no trees here, and there are a lot of little mine shafts around that, I'll try and show you one. They're like where they've started digging for gold and then they've stopped. So these actually make really good cubby houses. There's one. I don't know if you can see that. There's another one. But this is where my son Elvis has, and his friends have, as you can see, a lot of building materials. They've built like a little, look at it around the other side, they've built a platform for a tree house. You can see that. And they were going to run it to a zip line down to a tree further down the hill. They did have a little enclosure here. This one here at one point had a roof on it and had a little seat and a fire and everything in it. So that's that. So it's amazing, I'll just walk back to the house, but I find it amazing to imagine that during the gold rush there were no trees here, and it was just a bunch of white tents and the sound of people digging and people calling out and people finding gold and people fighting and drinking and smoke from their fires, and that's what it would have been like, you know, over 150 years ago, which isn't that long really in the whole scheme of the world. Australia's a very young country. So back to the shed. Now over here is where my dad lives. My dad's a hippie from way back. He's really into the environment. He is, he ran for the Green political party a few years ago. He's run for mayor. He's never got in because he's green, and people in, you know, the Greens never win, really, not very often. So this is his little house and his garden. He's not here at the moment, so I'm going to just sneak in. So he's fenced all this area off from the bush. That's where the chooks live. There they are. Go and say hello. Hi, girls. Hi. I actually don't even like chooks, but Dad loves them. And they give us eggs. So, this is the garden, which I really need to eat from more often because there's so much stuff. Look at all this green goodness in here. Mustard greens, and there's like broccoli, all different things. There's fruit trees everywhere. You can see it's all terraced. He's put so much work over the years into this garden. And then if you walk down here, I'll be able to look back and show you his house. It started off as a little garden shed, and then he lived in my house, which was only half built. And then I bought half of the property, so we own half each now. And he moved into the garden shed, which is here. It's a 2-story garden shed. It's very cute. So he lives downstairs, and he just has a chair, and he has his computer, and he watches, watches TV on his computer, and then he sleeps upstairs. And he obviously doesn't have power either. He does use a little bit of the power from our big solar system, but he also has his own little solar panel up there. And he basically used to run, before I got my solar power, he just would run one little light every night, like a lamp, and off a car battery. So he would charge it from that little solar panel, charge the car battery, and then that's what he would use for his power. So there's my water tank. We're not connected to main water, so we rely on the rain. We've just had a little bit lately, but we were really low and I had to buy water, get a truck in a couple of months ago in summer, and we were nearly going to have to do it again, but then it rained and Dad thinks it will be another few months worth. So this is the front of the house. This is the oldest part that's covered in stone. That's been there for ages. That's a little window that goes into my room. Got some horseshoes there for good luck. And then Dad recently finished off the stone here last year. So you can see he's put a pattern in there. That's the bathroom window. So everything's really old and got cobwebs on it. I'll take you inside now. So this is the hallway. On the left here we have the bathroom. Excuse the mess everywhere. Like, I did actually tidy the house because I've got friends coming for the weekend. It's a long weekend here. Queen's birthday. So there's lots of things I need to finish off, like around here, around the edges. I need to whitewash those, and I need to re-whitewash the whole place. It's the sink that my dad built for me. The shower. Ooh, it looks dirty, but I did just clean it. And this is my towel rack that I made out of bits of tree. I really like it. And this is Elvis's room. Really messy, but it looks a bit different to what it usually does because we've got friends staying for the weekend, so they're having his room. So that's his big bed, and that's the futon, and then that's just mess, 13-year-old boy mess, computer stuff. Then down here, this actually used to be part of the lounge room. Let's see, I'll go back so you can see the arched doorway. So this used to be part of it was a big open plan lounge room, and I'm going down steps now, and I love this window, beautiful big window. It's actually broken in the middle, so it's got that plastic stuff on there. One day I'll have the money to get that fixed. It's just full of junk at the moment because my brother lived with us for a while, so we sectioned off this room so that Elvis could have this bedroom. I had the one that we were just in, and my brother had the other bedroom. That's just a bed there. It's kind of like Elvis and his friend are sleeping in here tonight, basically. So I had to tidy it up. So coming back out into the lounge room, which you've seen before. So this, where there's a wall now, used to all just be one room. Just one big room. So it is quite a big room. And there's my couch. I got that for $20 from the local tip. My favourite artist is Mark Ryden. There's one of his prints. It's a bit hard to see because there's glare. But he's my favourite artist of all time. That one. And that one. And that one. And that artwork there, Elvis did, I think, in year 5 or 6. So when he was about 11, probably. Old record player that my friend Simone gave me. Old retro chair. All my books. The fire. And kitchen. I liked the idea of having open shelving, but really it's a pain because everything gets dusty. Ugh, it's a pain. It's my fridge. It's a gas fridge because an electric fridge uses a lot of power, so we have a fridge that runs on LPG gas. It's kind of small, but it's okay. So this sink is an old recycled sink that my dad had in the other room. This room wasn't here when he lived here. My juicer, my blender, my shelves, my stove, an oven, and this bench is quite cool. It used to be a science bench in a school. Benny Fiber. We all know about the need for those kind of things. A few things on there. Fruit. Elvis's skateboard. And up here is my room. I love my room. I mean, it's not that fancy, but I just love the walls. You can see the walls there. They're whitewashed. They're mud brick and they're whitewashed. And there's that little window that we saw outside. And that window there. It's look, there's me. Hi. So, you know, everything I have is pretty much secondhand. That's a wardrobe, another one. I actually have paint and everything, and I'm going to paint those both white because I just like having white things. That's the roof. That's what shape the roof is, and it's made with, it's called Zincalume, corrugated iron. It's kind of treated, which a lot of people find interesting. I have those old-fashioned pulling light switches too, see? Pull them. Hall cupboard. Downstairs again. And then if we go outside, this, my dad's coming down the driveway, up the driveway. You see the white car driving up there, the white van. So this is kind of my outdoor area. There's a little fire there, but really needs, I want to build a pergola here and make it really nice. And so this is a building that's meant to be the outside bathroom. I do have a bath in here, but and I do occasionally have one, but so this is, it's just stained. It's not dirty, it's just stained because we got it second hand from the tip, but it's a beautiful big old deep cast iron bath. And we have an outside toilet as well, water tank. There's my washing line. And the toilet, look at that, it's a drop toilet. It's a composting toilet. So Dad actually, the poo sits there composting away for, I don't know, a year or two or something in barrels. And then it's able to be used as fertiliser on the garden, which some of you might go, ew, gross. But it's fine. We don't get sick. So that's my house. So there you go, Shelley. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. And if anyone else wants to do tours of their houses too, that would be great because then I could get to see your house. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.